It's the Cable
A little One Ring action here. Yeah, everybody's sweet spot's a little different too. I can see Balm being nice. Oops. Plain shea butter is just as good as an expensive beard oil. I haven't found beard oils to be very expensive. I've bought but like I said, I only use them on rare occasions. So I've bought like 3 or 4 bottles, and I've had like 1 or 2 of those like actually get used up. I like One Ring as a workshops play. We'll see. We'll see if Artifacts is actually open. There's some other artifacty cards that play well with the One Ring. Tezzeret untapping, that sort of deal. Yeah, you really want to build your beard's confidence. That's a good note spawn. I guess. Well, if somebody else was going to draft Artifacts, they might be a little disappointed. Is that a late monolith? I wouldn't say late. I don't really want to like pick Basalt Monolith in the first like 4 picks, so that was about right. I think like 9th pick is late for Monolith, maybe. Do I have a favorite vodka? I probably drink Reka vodka the most. A long time ago. Oh, hey, we have Stoneforge Mystic for the Cauldron. Nice. I was researching vodkas for making Bloody Marys because I was in a bit of a Bloody Mary binge. And Reka was the one that I settled on for that purpose, and then never got too adventuresome after that. Wrist is giving me some guff. I wonder if I can draft left-handed. Seems like a thing I could do. Too much Slay the Spire. Okay, we got a Tinker plan. And even if we don't get Workshops or Academy, it could still be a good Tinker. Well, I could spawn. Today's like literally the first time it's been irritating me. And I'm sure it's like a combination of things, right? Hey, Workshop's nice. Hopefully that Blightsteel comes back, huh? Kind of a beautiful Workshop start, though, with the Basalt Monolith, the One Ring, and the Relic. Love a Shorakai. Basically impossible to run out of gas if you got a Shorakai going. Well, Portal is an excellent Tinker target. Is Tidebinder worth playing? Tidebinder is solid. It's a little bit better if you're like holding up counter magic and stuff, as opposed to being like a tap out. We're going to want to try to maximize our artifact synergies here. I think we saw Thopter Foundry in pack 1, right? Or are my 2 drafts blurring together? I'm weighing this No More Lies versus this top, I guess. I'll grab the No More Lies. I actually didn't hate Rodney in that Boros stack. Think about Converter versus Council's Judgment. Council's Judgment being a nice like catch-all answer to anything is pretty good. Usually blue-white Artifacts has a rough time dealing with Planeswalkers, and that makes the Judgment a little bit better. We're a little bit better than usual because we got this Cauldron Complete we can tutor up to answer Walkers. I think I'll grab it anyway. Okay, got a little more controlling of those few picks. Mob Psycho is a much-watched anime. Is it? I've never seen it. Therefore, I disagree. Hey, Palantir. I don't love Palantir, but it is a good playoff workshop turn 1. It's very good. The company? Yeah, the company can pound sand. Hey, we got Blightsteel back. Nice to have options with our Tinker. Yeah, I heard One Punch Man Season 3's animation problems are like worse than Season 2's. Have any of y'all watched it? Is it still good? One Frame Man. So the Hallowed Fountain's tempting. I'm going to grab this Talisman, though. Talisman also improves your mana base. And then, like, fixes my curve here a little bit. No Moxen or anything, but we do have Workshop and now Academy, so that's very helpful. Hoping that Battlesphere wheels. Oh, man. Fractured's so good. I kind of want the Mind Stone. I'm going to take the Fractured. Oh, man. Balance versus Mox Opal. I'm going to take the Balance because I really want it, but I really want that Mox Opal. You tried, usually don't care that much about animation, but couldn't. Might as well just read instead. Hey, fair enough. That's kind of what that was the impression I was getting. Osprey says, as someone who does not care about animation at all, Season 3 was awful. You watched the first 4 episodes and stopped. You loved Season 1 and 2. Okay. Yeah, I heard there was a drop-off to Season 2, and I still dug it, so that's why I was curious. I want this Lantern for cheap early game artifacts, because we do want some more of those, but I'm going to take the Mystical Tutor, and that's going to find me Balance and Tinker a little bit more often. Plenty of shitty artifacts to go around. Yeah, Upheaval's nice with the Academy. I might want another Sweeper. I guess we have Balance. I've had Reclamation be an important sideboard card before, and when the opponent was actively wastelanding Academy. Yeah, you'd love a Tundra, but we're going to grab that Relic. One more thing for the workshops to do. Hallowed Fountain Wield, cool. Kind of have the white count for this Solitude. Too bad we had to pass that Mox Opal. Oh, the Greaves is good with Blightsteel at least. Boom, 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 boom. I almost never cut Judgment in these sorts of decks, but I'm going to cut it here. It's like a clunky middle-of-the-road card that doesn't work with Workshop, and like a lot of these other ones do. If I didn't give the Fractured Identity, the Judgment would still be in for sure. So this is slightly favoring white. We have a white-producing Talisman and Caracas versus just Academy. Oh, there's Witch Enchanter, too. Yeah, never mind. Give me an island. I was going to say, but the Academy, like, multi-fixes for the doubles, but it'll just be even this way. This is a little embarrassing, but... especially they just, like, turn to a frog, and it's like, why? You see how the Academy wouldn't tap for mana if I hadn't run out the Portable Hole early. And I wanted to play my 3 on time here. Do I ever mess around with food chain elves in pre-modern? No, I have not played food chain elves. Sounds fun though. You're trying to figure out why no one's playing food chain? Well, there's no goblin ringleader in the format, right? Or goblin, the stack your deck goblin. That was the card that people always played with food chain. Not a bad balance, Oh, they just binned Archon, so we'll see. I think I could have fit the Tinker in there too. Short guy's so fucking good. Okay, they're bouncing the portal, so I don't get to animate, I assume. What about Citadel? Do you think Citadel is like specific tech for this matchup? Why do you not like Citadel? I'm usually either playing it or I'm not. I thought about just sitting here with the No More Lies up, but we don't really know where our next land drop is coming. Might as well start jamming stuff. Pay no attention to the Lightning Greaves. Opponent stocking up over there. Fair enough. Getting crabbed. Deceit. Okay. Wait, they're discarding first and then bouncing. I don't think that's how they meant to stack the triggers. I think Deceit's a good add to Powered Cube. It's cool giving blue-black answers to artifacts and enchantments. Okay. So that will get to bounce something. I assume this Shorikai again. If you want to play around balance, you can like assign 5 damage to one of them. But it wouldn't really stop you from getting balance in the future. Fair enough. Is this song from Fooly Cooly? I don't think so. It says Mago opening to Nirari Hyun no Mago. Did I ever tinker for Phyrexian Colossus? Yeah, I think I did in the one of those Worlds decks. But I think that's the only spot. Oh, it was the previous song. That was Stance Punk's I Wanna Be. That could have been Fooly Cooly. Just looking at the thumbnail. Feeling silly for having the upheaval in my sideboard. Oh, they're corpse dancing. Okay. So we're going to be at 3 at the end of this. I don't think that means we lose to this tar pit. Wait for that trigger to resolve and then make a blocker. Yeah, Greaves is in the graveyard, so we don't have a way to win here. We'll try this out. It's a groovy looking workshop opener, huh? This song reminds me of Osu. This one and Bad Apple. I never really got good at Osu, but I did enjoy it. Oh, I could have played Shorakai here. Tap the Workshop and the Basalt Monolith to play the Relic of Sauron. And then Shorakai would have gotten down. Maybe this Relic will be good anyway. Retrofitter stuff. How the games today? Games have been pretty good. I won one of those fancy boxes on the arena. So between yesterday and today, it's probably close to like $200 profit. But then I was out of gems, so I was like, all right, I'll cube for a little bit. And then I think I'm going to slay some Spire later. Well, they got the Archon in the bin. Good for them. And now the Everflowing Chalice can untap the Basalt Monolith. The Circle of Life is complete. Yeah, your second win with Defect onto Ascension 2 now. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I just got to Ascension 9 on Defect. Or I'm sorry, not Defect, Silent. But everyone else, I'm still down around 5 and 6. Went on a tear with Silent yesterday. Yeah, Silent's my favorite as well. I kind of don't want to play this One Ring, but it might get discarded if I chill on it. Maybe I can use it as bait later. Is Silent the one that plays like Storm? They all kind of play like Storm. Silent's the one that's closest to like Grape Shot Storm. Oh, I need some fucking water. You have a rough time getting synergies with the Ironclad? Yeah, Ironclad's based around his heal. You know, he's all everything's scaled around that. I never really figured him out, his whole like life loss thing. I usually just force the perfect strike deck. It's like the meatheadiest way to win with Ironclad. Drafting everything that says strike on it. Let's go. And we know they've got ways of bouncing this Blightsteel, so they might not be too worried about it. But Citadel wouldn't be very good here either, in my defense. I hate life. Oh, I figured out what was fucking hurting my wrist. I was just shuffling these cards that I've got here. Usually when I'm shuffling cards, they're unsleeved. I gotta move these. A combination of things, as always. Yeah. Bye, Blightsteel. I wonder if I make a retrofitter here, activate Relic. I guess I'll just make a token. Activating Relic's only good if I then untap and want to activate Relic again. Which would be awkward to do into an upheaval anyway, and that's the main card I'd be looking for. Was it worth using the Relic of Sauron to keep the Blightsteel? You don't keep it. They look at your hand and choose what to grab. So this gives them the out of redrawing it and then using it to bounce the Blightsteel again, but it denies them the out of cloning it. So it's kind of whichever of those you think is going to be more easy for them. And I really need some water, so I'll be right back here. Hey, there's an answer. Of course, I can just cast the damn thing again. I assume the best thing they have to grab now is, yeah, Crab. Which is indeed a big deal, because that's going to take my Blightsteel for sure. There's something about just drawing 3 cards a turn and having infinite mana, Something about it. I'm on your Mount Rushmore Twitch streamers. Oh, very cool. That's not something I've thought about. Who else is up there? Who's got to fucking be next to my ugly mug, huh? No, that's what it's there for, JC. We're getting low on library, but... Oh, hey. So this hand, like, looks like a good mixture of cards and spells, but I don't think you're beating very many decks with, like, turn 1 Retrofitter, turn 2 Activate, turn 3 Palantir. You know, it's just like, that's not beating anybody. This hand would also be too slow, but the balance can make up for a lot of sins. You got on Blu-ray, Big Same Gelato Squid. Well, that's a clunky piece of shit to draw, Nothing, Kind of wonder if they're sitting on cards that get bricked by this Caracas and they're just not playing into it. Or maybe they have a very interactive hand. Fuck. Pickle me jealous. Well, balance is pretty terrible against this board. Cool. Thanks for sharing, Nanchase. The worst thing is, if I find upheaval for this board, they just get to, like, replay their Moxen. We're probably not very good there either. They're over there sacking lands, making the balance even worse. This is why we waited on this balance. We wanted to get their Elspeth activation in. I always see Snickawai when my deck's always, like, super lean. I have a bunch of zeros. They're just, like, throwing 3 lands into the graveyard. Like, yep, don't need these. Oh, yeah. Teferi down. think I don't play my land before the spiral. In case I spiral into upheaval. Activating Retrofitter's mana neutral, right? Because I tap the Academy and then I untap and tap it again, presumably. Awkward shit. Fucking ridiculous. Hey, sup, cat beards? You don't want to bottom there, because you don't want the opponent to random mill upheaval off the top. Have you been either of those cards? You think to Elspeth ult's gonna be relevant? Yeah, I mean, they need like a haster or something, but it's just not that hard for a Boros deck to have a fourth or some nonsense here to put them over the edge. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 by themselves. They tap all their red mana. I'm gonna make a flyer anyway. They did end up jumping. So I've been tempting to make another ground pounder there. Glad I didn't do that. Kind of looks like I'm going to get to survive this turn. Kind of a fan of that. Hate that for me. Terrible for me. Oh, at least they had the decency to get my card. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Atreyu. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 57 months there. Yeah, get your card. You need it. So they can just untap and play their Sanguine, which is rough, because that card by itself attacks for 4 damage, and I'm at 5 over here. The Tinker's in the graveyard, so discarding Blightsteel just means that I would redraw Blightsteel awkwardly. Yeah. Oh, they're playing balance over there. Love it. Oh, they're just flaging me. Fair enough. Yeah, the discarding down to turn is going to make sure they have plenty of cards in the bin for that flage, too. Yeah, it's not going to find me anything. Oh, it could have, though. Right? Play the Academy. Lose 1 life. Play the Shorkai, activate. If it found Hole, I wouldn't have. Because Portable Hole on one of the Moxen would have prevented them from having 4 mana the next turn. I'm going to bring in this Council's Judgment again. I feel kind of silly for cutting it. Stoneforge Mystic for Cauldra complete could be good versus Walkers too. Should I cut Balance here? I wonder if Portal sucks here. They just don't have that many creatures. I think I'm gonna bring in Skyclave Apparition. Help chew up them Moxen. 41 cards. Cutting to Fairy can't be right? At least they aren't playing counters. It's fun to bounce Chrome Mox, but that is the only thing. So I believe they showed me Mox Pearl last game. And Chrome Mox. I really want to hit that Mox Ruby, but Skyclave hitting it wouldn't leave a 2/2 when it got answered. Certainly wish this Citadel was a portal, now that I'm here. You can indeed stifle the Chrome Mox trigger. I think they could have stacked the triggers such that the 1/1 got the +1/+0 from the Evangelist too. Maybe they're trying to bait me into blocking the 1/1. God, Black Clover is such a good fucking soundtrack. I have effects! Great anime. I thought it was fine. I liked the first, half better than the second half. I'm a sucker for that wizard school shit. Wizard duels. Book. Does it have a tournament arc? I think so. It's been a long time since I watched it. There's all these, feuding groups of wizards, so you could argue that most of it's a tournament of sorts. They might literally call it a tournament and have points and stuff. I really don't remember. Been too long. Come on. What if they're gonna remand their own Mox to draw a card off that? How'd I get more fucking cards to shuffle? What's wrong with me? Is there any reason to not use Mishras on Lightning Greaves? I don't remember what I did, but I don't think it mattered. Well, that's a fast clock. Draw mine to trade. The best answer would be Portal, of course. Or Upheaval, I guess. Or Spiral into Upheaval again. Six, down to 6. Draw land. Portal's in the sideboard. I cut it for Citadel based on their number of sweepers, but I should have predicted them like getting more aggressive post-board anyway. Hey, Project X, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 67 months there. Hey, McMouch. Thanks for the 38 months there. If you want to make sure the token doesn't get bolted, you can actually respond to your activation, untap, and then you can activate to sack the 1/1. Before giving them priority. Pretty sure a bolt kills us regardless, so I'm not too worried about it here. We got an answer. Sure. GG. Oh my god. Fractured next card. Damn. A lot of gas left. Oops. Wouldn't happen if I bought boxed wine. Yeah, right? One of the many advantages. There's something holding the Crocus until they invest their turn into playing a legend. I think I run it out too aggressively a lot of the time. Oh, they're just playing it anyway. Yeah, I've got another thing better to do. You want to play it again? I wonder what the win rate of Blightsteel is here versus, like, the One Ring or Shorakai. Think about bounce spells and stuff out of Bloom. Maybe I'm being silly. So Suplex would have answered Blightsteel or the One Ring as well. So I actually got more cards than if I'd gotten the One Ring by getting Shorakai. And certainly more cards than if I'd gotten Blightsteel. You don't want to give me extra cards. You don't want to let me get away with that. Yeah, you get Blightsteel. Blightsteel's doing more work in the deck anyway. Deal damage? I guess it didn't. Oh, yeah, no, they're at 7, see? Did a lot of damage. Anyway, I assume they're going to let me draw some cards with Palantir now. Bullet time's sweet. Just play a bunch of card draw and then fire off bullet time and cast a hand. That's how I usually used it. I could not get into Vanguard Saga. It looked well made. I know it got good reviews and stuff. People liked it. Just like I don't know. In the first episode I watched, they're like jumping from ship to ship and like using their short swords like they're like fencing with rapiers and like holding their fucking shield. They're like the Vikings had those huge fucking wooden shields, right? They were used like as much as they were weapons as they were defensive things. You'd like smash into people with them and stuff, and it was like a big part of like how they fought each other. And then in that fucking Vanguard show, they're like one of them's holding a shield behind his arm and like fencing. I'm like, this is fucking. I can't watch this. I can't do it. If they were trying to be some like alien culture instead of trying to be Viking inspired, I would have been able to suspend my disbelief. I am talking about Vinland Saga, sorry. What the fuck is Vanguard Saga? Some computer game from 2007? Accurate medieval warfare is pretty rare. It is. And I'll excuse inaccuracies if they're carrying the spirit of it, you know? Instead of using it as window dressing. I think I'm gonna let this ride. Sure. All right, we're gonna spin some dice. The other day, I kept an opener that was Black Lotus and a Flash of Tali with no land, and then when it super whiffed, I just fucking conceded. My opponents did not whiff here. I actually have Balance, which is a fine answer to Colossus, but I have no way to cast the Balance in my deck, and that might be an issue. It's their Blightsteel, too. All right. If they're Blight stealing, then I want to have Solitude in my deck. If it's like Sneak Attack or whatever, then that's technically an answer. The band is Chelmico, Chelmico. Well, they didn't turn one flash me this game. It's good change of pace. Do we just fucking go for it? Do you ever just go for it, chat? It'd be nice. Oh my fucking god. So I was gonna tap these two for Lightning Greaves, and then tap Academy, Tinker, sacking Everflowing, and finding the Blightsteel. I was gonna say it'd be nice to kill them with Blightsteel after we just died to Blightsteel. And then we drew Blightsteel. Alright, well, I'm still gonna do this, I guess. That does remove most of my ideal Tinker targets, the Portal and the Blightsteel. I like the idea of them taking 9. They'll probably let me start drawing soon. I was just thinking about tinkering for you. With the pilot token back, of course. Retrofitter's fine to draw. Very important to tinker first. Before you do Teferi Downtick. If you Teferi Downtick first, you might draw the Blightsteel, and then that would be embarrassing. Cool. Alright, I am going to take a quick bathroom break here, and then when I come back, I think I'm going to fire up some Slay the Spire. Switch it up.